2020 Tantra, Crown Tantra, info in the description. I'm with Audra Bear.
What's up, YouTube?
Yeah, what's up, YouTube? It's like however many months Audra said I was fasting or whatever. I don't even, she said,
man, it's been like 5 months now.
I think he said 6 the other day. No, Black Friday 2018. It's now May 2019.
Oh, yeah, it's been 6 months at least for you now.
Yeah.
No
yeah,
food.
it has been. So, yeah, you know. But anyway, wanted to get into this, the fake meat thing. Because we were just riding by fast food chains and seeing how they are.
Del Taco has vegan meat.
So I think it's just because, I mean, honestly, they're shrewd businessmen. It's a lot cheaper to raise plants than cattle. It's a lot more economical or, you know, capitalistic, really, to sell fake plants than fake animals. Because, I mean, the animals are not real either. They're mutations at this point. They've been, not to say they're not real, like not tangible. They're just not in harmony with nature. They're not like, you know, a complete being at this point. They've been hybridized and manipulated just the same as the plants to suit a certain kind of false need, whether it be milk or flesh or whatever, or eggs or whatever. They're manipulating the animals, so the animals are essentially genetically modified too. And like I was saying to you earlier about the people, we've been pretty much cloned and split and fragmented. Because, like, if you've seen before, like, you be in a Whole Foods in Arizona and see somebody that looks exactly like a childhood friend of yours from when, you know.
From 10 years ago or from whatever, yeah.
Like, it's the same
I
face.
thought it was her, yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, and it's like, you strip away all the experiences that molded them or the accent, and it's the same prototype. And you can see that around the world. So people have been split, and I feel like the energy's been fragmented, so the will isn't, like, centered. So as we going into this age of fake meat and all that, it's like another trap, I feel like.
I think it's huge. Like, it's a huge expansion in consciousness, because there are still people, you need to realize there's still people out there that don't even know what vegan is, or have never heard of it, or have never met one. So if they're going through the drive-thru at Del Taco, or who else is getting fake meat? Taco Bell and Papa John's and all those places.
Yeah, Murder King Ben had the fake, the fake meat or the vegan burgers too.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So like, it's been some options. I mean,
I suppose.
You know, it's not like, but it's like a little more easy to promote it.
Yeah.
Because before you don't even want to put vegan on anything because it draws away from customers. Because people think like a certain taste is associated with vegan because people's tongues are burnt out from crystal salt and sugar. So
they don't really know what anything tastes like.
Yeah, everything's been numbed. So basically what I'm saying is with the fake meat is that like people, it will become a penalty, as it has become a penalty. You see more of a tax on meat in general, like how much it's costing. Beef in general, they try to add a carbon tax for the cow flatulence and everything. So that's the trend, and that's where things are going if you're following the energy, because the money follows the energy. So you see the energy follows the consciousness. So that's where the energy is going. It's going into that state of affairs where people are going to soon not be able to buy meat, and it's going to be like you're going to have to either grow it yourself, grow animals yourself, or trade for it with people that you know. But
the buying and selling will be the illegal part.
Yeah, it'll be like drugs.
Yeah.
It's been drugs the whole time.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It'll be more so like that'll be the black market. You know what I mean? More so kind of like that'll be that side of it, the flesh. So you'll see more people that won't even have the ability to afford flesh. And then I feel like as the VR gets more introduced and people are going into virtual reality, it'll allow people to do the alchemy, because it'll be shutting off that part of their brain to make them believe that whatever the liquid that they are taking in is a steak or a burger or whatever it is. They'll take the Soylent Green liquid, whatever. They'll be like a protein formula or a pack, they'll be like, this is a whole food.
Like a meal replacement.
Yeah, it'll be like, this is a complete food. Because I feel like humanity will probably get rationalized to a point where, like, you know, so many things will be demonized, and then, you know, as people go into breatharianism and get away from the system, it'll be more of a trying to trap people into need. So I feel like that things will get more rationalized. So people won't be able to afford the meat, and they'll just take the VR, and they'll take the Soylent Green, that whole food protein pack or whatever that's supposedly a complete food, and they'll do the alchemy because they put the VR on, take the liquid in, and then they'll go through.
Make it feel like that's what you're digesting.
Yeah, they'll go through the whole movie, and it'll feel like all their senses are feeling them eating a burger or whatever it is, to replace it so that they can emotionally feel like satisfied.
And that's like the diet of the future.
That's where I see it going.
Yeah.
That's 2084.
The fad diets are all VR.
Yeah, that's where I see it going. And then the Soylent Green, if anybody's seen Soylent Green or Cloud Atlas, you can see, like, it's us. So it'll be, it's already been cannibalism. Eating other animated beings is cannibalism. Eating other plants is cannibalism. We are plants and animals at the same time, and we are minerals at the same time. We're all kingdoms in one. So going outward to eat is the metaphor for Eve biting the apple. We don't need to eat. So outwardly, because we're producers, we're not parasites. So we've been cannibals. It's just changing form and getting into this really, really degraded form of eating ourselves. In the beginning, you could just eat your own breath and live off breath. And then now you're just going even further and further out as you take on earth. And you need water to counter the earth because the earth dehydrated you. So now you need water. So you got to take your steps back. So you go into more liquid fast. Then you need less earth. And then you'll need to take on more air. And then you'll be more, sustained on air.
Back to the roots.
Yeah. Like, back to the roots, like a tree. Yeah, exactly. So that's where I see things going. I see things going that way sexually because people are so toxic, they're not even going to be able to have sex. They'll be carrying so many things. They already are sexually transmitted demons because everybody's so acidic, eating trash, eating themselves, though, like I was saying. So I feel like it's just going from different degrees of eating ourselves. And right now, consciousness or the spirits of the light spectrum have been like snakes eating their own tail, and I don't know when they'll have a chance to get out of that cycle path right there. I don't, it's like constant resets in the light spectrum in existence, and I guess those are your points and your leap periods where you can jump into your true forms of consciousness, because that's really what it is. Return. So return to your true form. So that's what I've seen, though. That's what I'm seeing. That's where I see things going.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the fake meat and all that, the vegan thing is readily available for people, and people are getting lost in those paradigms. It's just those different paradigms that you're lost in based on your density. Yeah. You can get lost forever. One thought will always compete with another thought, and then another thought will intrude, and then it'll just, sooner or later, there'll be a million thoughts in your head competing with each other. So, that's that Hua Ching. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not, it's always going to people say like, oh, you need this herb or you need this food. And it's like, nah, return to not needing and go from there. Like, how much do I not need? And just make that gradual step backwards. Like, oh, I can stop now. I can stop now. Knowing when to stop, you can avoid all danger. Like, you know what I mean? I can stop now. I can stop now. And then eventually you'll just make better decisions. If you just like walk softly like that, as far as nutrition is concerned. And just reduction. And then with the reduction, it brings more space for creation,
It has to.
Yeah.
That's the only other thing that can fill the space and fill that void.
Yeah, it liberates more energy. Yeah, because it is the empty space where life is lived. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. It's the hollow wheel, the hollow center of a wheel that makes the wagon move.
It's the void.
Yeah, the void.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where you play at. So, everything else is boundary, and that's illusion. So I feel like that's where we're at, though. That's where humanity or whatever, this consciousness and physical consciousness is at. It's in that place of that state of cannibalism, and it's really like, wow, because you can see the grid getting laid down, and it's just haven't seen it from when there was no vegan options to where now it's flooded with it to where people don't know what's what, and it's almost scarier, in a sense. Because people don't realize that there's,
Because you can't tell the difference in some of those vegan foods?
Yeah, exactly.
Cheese and hamburgers.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's the alchemy of it, because your brain your brain is really recreating it. You're an alchemical machine.
So you're just reprocessing the items of, say it's a hamburger or whatever.
You're going right back.
Reprocessing it the same way, so you would digest it the same exact way.
If you think about eating a Pop-Tart, your body starts to recreate Red 40 and all the preservatives and all of that garbage.
It's crazy.
So as soon as you start eating anything that looks like a cheesesteak or a burger or something like that, you're already going back to that memory and recreating the opioids from the cheese, the ammonia from the meat, all that is getting recreated because you're an alchemical machine.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so powerful.
Yeah. 2020 Tantra. Yeah. You got anything to say?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crown Tantra info in the description. I'm on all social media. That's Audra Bear. Anything?
Anything.
Anything.